Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Hang on. There we go. Good morning, Rumble Studios on this 04.06.2026. Did that come out? Yeah. Good morning, Rumble Studios on this 04.06.2026. Current time is 0602 a.m. Eastern Time here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York where I live and reside. Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich here on the Rumble, my mainstay for live streaming here. And we're getting our day started here on this Monday, new week, working once again for the weekend. I hope everybody had a good weekend, though. What's going on over here with the big screen here? It didn't want to click for some reason. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see if we can reset this. Okay, there it is. There's the program. Is it going to come up? Okay, there we go. But we are getting our day started here. I have a good hot cup of coffee here. This would not be the Monday morning coffee for this April 6th, 2026 at Rumble Broadcast if I didn't have the cup of coffee. And it's tasting mighty fine. But Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich here on Rumble, Fireman Rich over there on Twitch, and at Richard M. Roberts over on YouTube. And we're on Locals, Fireman Rich. And I'm on a dozen other social media, fine and good social media platforms. Google at Fireman Rich or Fireman Rich, and you'll see where else I'm at. And but we are getting our day started here. We're at the top of the hour. Let's see. Good morning to Tina, our Jersey girl, coming in. Good morning, Tina. Hope you had a good weekend. We are off and running this morning on all cylinders, and everything's working pretty good as far as that goes. Using the Rumble Studios Legacy Canvas. I think I'm done using the beta until I get something else on. Even Tony D isn't using it. He was on yesterday. I sat in the chat side and stuff. I like that. That's pretty nice. I can be a clown and stuff like that. But Tony D was on yesterday. A good friend, our brother, veteran and fellow broadcaster. He was on last night with the fellas there. Ted Hicks, Brian, and JoJo, and it was good seeing them up on the board yesterday afternoon and stuff. It was just before dinner, and then I caught them just after Easter dinner yesterday. Yes, I hope everybody had a great Easter yesterday. I did post my Easter. I did watch Mass yesterday. I watched Pope Leo. He was conducting his first Easter Mass yesterday, and I was raised Catholic, so I just I'm a Christian. But so yesterday was a very important day in the Christian, if not the Catholic religion there and stuff like that. So good morning, Thamer. Thamer coming in from Riyadh, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Good morning, Thamer. Glad to see you here. Hope you had a great weekend. And yes, good Easter. Okay, we had a good Easter. It was quiet and stuff like that. But I think it started out good because it's the first time seeing a Mass in a long time, the Catholic, because like I said, I was raised Catholic, and I ended up posting. I don't normally get really religious, but I ended up posting a picture of Pope Leo, along with a great overhead shot of St. Peter's Square, along with the people that were there for the procedure. And I put this is from 1 Peter 1:3. Praise be to God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. In his great mercy, he has given us new birth into living hope through the remembrance of Jesus Christ from his death, and Jesus Christ being very important to the Christian religion as far as that goes. And let's see, Tina said, I watch 2 services every Sunday. Okay, yeah. I don't know. I'm not normally. I just happened to see that it was on, and I figure let's go because it's an American Pope. Okay, he's an American, so I did did the respectful thing on watch, and I enjoyed it. It was a really nice it was a nice mass as far as that goes. And let's see, Tina saying hey to Thamer as far as that goes, and Thamer saying to Tina hello and how are you doing today, and I hope both of you all are doing good. And yeah, Pope Leo, I like him too. My favorite Pope was so far, I think Pope Leo, I don't know, but then it was a different time when Pope Paul John the second. Um, he was. I could have had a chance to meet him if I did get my head out of my butt, as far as that goes. From what my good friend in the Air Force told me, as far as he meets the. I don't know if the Pope does it now, but I guess over there he does meet with. He has an audience with military folks and stuff like that on a Saturday and stuff. And because a good friend of mine, he went there with his wife. He stayed at the USO. They have it's a hotel right there for the USO. It's you just step out the door and right down there. It's right down the road from the St. Peter's Square. You can walk to it and stuff like that. So they ended up going there, and that's pretty cool to have that memory and stuff like that. But it was a good ceremony yesterday. So, and the rest of the day was good. The missus made a fantastic Easter dinner. It was ham, but it was some very good ham and potato salad, which was great. That was good. Instead of having mashed potatoes, and we had the beans, and we had, because she asked the other day, "What do you think about potato salad for Easter dinner?" I said, "I'm fine with that." It's like that's that. So it takes a little bit preparing it, stuff like that. But we had a good Easter dinner, and a quiet day. Saturday we were a little busy. Saturday morning, I didn't really do much online here. Saturday, I was out cutting a couple tree limbs out front here. There's right on the side of the driveway. There's uh, a crabapple tree, and there's a couple limbs that are going a little. I don't know what the electric company comes through when they trim the limbs, and they said, "Well, we're going to be trimming." I said, "Go ahead, you can cut them all down if you would." So, well, I don't know if we can do that, but they left these two limbs that they could have very easily just cut down and stuff, and they did. But I cut them down; it was no problem. I was able to reach them, and eventually that crabapple tree is going to come down anyway here and stuff like that. But and the missus, she was doing some yard work too, and so it was. What's that? What are you laughing about?
I was using a chainsaw too.
I said yard work. That's all encompassing. I didn't mean to. I think it's pretty obvious about previous broadcasts to use a chainsaw. But she was taking care of an area right there by the garage that was she and it's a never-ending thing. But I think we're getting a handle on it a little bit, or else it's just a lot of the trees are dying out and stuff. I mean, there was an apple tree that fell back here years back, and I went back through there this weekend. I'm looking at it, and it's just like there's actually nothing there. It's all decayed and stuff like that. So I'm thinking about reclaiming that area for the back grove area and stuff like that. But that's and Tina says good morning to you, to the missus. Good morning, Tina, from the missus. She says good morning, and so it was a good weekend. Friday, let's see. No, yesterday morning I did live stream Lord of the Rings, and I did Friday night, but I had a little. I got my keystrokes mixed up, and no, Friday night it was a. What the heck was it? Friday night. Or was it Thursday night? Oh no, it was Thursday. Thursday, I got jammed up or something like that. But Friday night, I was on this one quest. I spent almost 45 minutes on looking at a simple item. I found it the next day, Saturday, when I was offline playing, just seeing where it was. I just finished it stuff. But we did do some Lord of the Rings broadcasting yesterday morning, about 3 hours, and but Saturday took off. Friday, we live streamed. Saturday, I did try to. Did I try and live? Yeah, I think Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon. I tried live streaming. I was on for about 32 minutes using the old what is it, the new beta uh, Rumble Studio canvas, and it crapped out at 32 minutes and stuff. And Thamer says, "How's the cornfield?" Well, the cornfield's still out there. They haven't done. They won't be planting for. It's still too early to plant, Thamer. It's still too early. The weather's getting nice. The weather is very nice. As we can segue into the weather here. The weather is getting very nice as far as that goes, and and such that. Let me bring this up here. The weather is doing great. So, but they won't plant corn until probably, oh, it'll be into next month and stuff. Gardens will go in towards the end of this month, I think, but I think they don't start doing the corn bit. But the field's out there, it's cleared and stuff like that, and it just has the stocks that they cut the corn down yesterday. So I don't know if they're going to be putting corn in or soybean, because the people that own the farm, they were renting the fields, and my backfield that goes along with that as far as that goes, and but they're not going to be farming it this year. I think they're going to be selling the farm. So somebody else is going to. There's another farm in the area that I think is going to be purchasing the farm. So we're going to have new neighbors. They're going to. This farm next to me has been around since 1940. It's been a working farm since up until about maybe 10, 15 years ago, as far as that goes. And hey, there's Tony D. Salute to you, my friend, my brother veteran, my good friend, and fellow broadcaster, and the miss. And you say good morning to Mrs. Mrs. is right back at you, Tony. Good morning to you, sir. And let's see, he's over. We'll get to that here in a minute. That's the weather. He's saying good morning to Tina, and Tony's saying good morning to Thamer, and he's checking out all the networks here. We're over, and he's saluting us over on the Rumble. And we currently have 3 people on Rumble, 1 person on local, 2 people on YouTube, and 4 people on the Twitch there. So thank you very much. And Thamer saying to Tony, "How are you doing, sir?" And Tina giving a good morning to Tony as well from Twitch, as far as that goes. So we got a few people, our regulars and stuff like that. So I'd say good morning to you. And again, I hope you all had a great Easter. Very important day to reflect upon, is I guess yesterday and stuff. So of course we with the ongoing actions that are going on in the Middle East, I think everybody heard. If you didn't, you're under a rock. That there's actually 3. There's 2 crew members, a pilot and a weapons operation officer on an F-15E that I guess it got hit. They ejected. I guess it was shortly 2 hours afterwards. They rescued the pilot, and then it was 48 hours later that they rescued the weapons operations officer that sits in the back seat. They said colonel. I think he's a lieutenant colonel. I can't see a full bird colonel sitting in the back seat though. So they call him colonel, but I think he's a lieutenant colonel. And he did his training, and the PJs, God bless them. The PJs, I'm very familiar with the PJs because I almost became one, and I knew some while I was in the service. But the PJs motto is these things we do that others may live, and they were able to extract the down pilot. And there was another. What overshadows this? There was an A-10 that went down, and the PJs. I believe there was another pilot that was rescued on an A-10 that was down towards the Hormuz. So we had 3 crew members, and they were all rescued. So if anything, we had an Easter miracle as far as that goes. And and Thamer says terrific air. Yeah, the PJs, pararescue, the PJs. They're called Paro Jumpers. Their nickname. They actually took the name from. There used to be a thing with the firefighters in the Air Force. There used to be an air part where you get in a helicopter and they lift up during the Vietnam, and they carry a fired. Was on the H-47 helicopter? It's a double twirly. And the fire department had that name Pedro's, but they picked it up after the fire department. They discontinued using that firefighting type to get the firefighters right out in the field if they crashed right outside the base and stuff, they were able to get a mobile. It was hoisted by a helicopter, and they had 2 firefighters. They were called Pedros, but they call them Pedros now, and PJs are called Pedros. But pararescue is a very important job. I looked into it. I was like one step away from going to training for that. It's like almost a year and a half to 2 years of initial training. And then it's another year worth of training that you're not even able to be deployed until you're after you've had your third year. So very serious. I know exactly what those guys did, the pararescue. Back in the day when I was looking at it, they had one pararescue on a Jolly Green, and they would go in to rescue down pilots behind enemy lines. And a lot of their training is very extensive, different climates, different terrains. They're experts on arms, and their medical training is probably a couple notches up from well, they're like an EMT. They're like not an EMT. They're like a paramedic, a combat paramedic, and stuff like that. But their primary function is to rescue the pilot, administer first aid. That's their mission, is to rescue that down pilot and to and like they say, when in peacetime, they are very, very helpful also. But their motto again: these things we do that others may live, and they were able to do their thing to have the 2 crew members from the F-15E, they're living, and the one from the A-10 Warthog. So, like Thamer said, terrific air rescues as far as that goes. And I guess when they were rescuing the down down pilot, they were knocking the shit out of the freaking Iranians there on ground. What was the term they said? The fire that was experienced when they were rescuing the colonel. I guess there was fire. They actually there was 2 C-130s. I guess they couldn't get off the ground, so they destroyed them right there. I guess they were F-1 or 130Js, which is the most advanced. And Tony D knows something about them because they're made down there in down in the plant down there in Macon, or down in Georgia, as far as that goes. And but they're the most advanced 130J, and so they just destroyed them, and they were able to take them out otherwise. But the firefight that happened, it was one way. They said one way from the Americans into they just knocked the snot out of the Iranians. Of course, I guess the CIA had a handle in that, from what I heard. But all in all, it was a good operations, and we pray and hope. I just pray and hope the U.S. servicemen they remain safe and stuff like that. So I know there's differences on where this so-called war is only going to last for probably another 2 to 3 weeks and stuff like that. We're going to do the big finale here pretty soon, because they're running out of targets, from what Sitcon is saying. And if anybody's taken, everybody has their opinion, and unless you're looking at the actual people that are doing from the military briefings and stuff, there's a lot of shit they can't tell you. Okay, that's obvious. If you're in the military, you know that, but you know how things are working and stuff like that. So the thing of it is, there's people that agree or disagree, but the fact that we're in the fight right now, I'm still sickened by the fact that we have people like Jeffries, or the Speaker of the House, saying this is going to fail. It's far from failing. And I think this weekend was an example of how successful these operations are going on over there, along with our Gulf state, the Arab states there that we are working with, and as far as that goes. And we have Farmer coming in. Hey, Farmer, coming in from Virginia, the Commonwealth of Virginia. Good to have you here. Hope you had a good Easter weekend, my friend, and hope all is well with you. Let's see. Let's get cracking here. The weather here. It's currently 37 degrees Fahrenheit. It was a great weekend this weekend. It was a little windy. It's almost like we got the wind from March. You know how love the flags. Love the flags. God bless America. And Tina saying good morning to Farmer. But it's currently 37 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 2.7 degrees Celsius here in the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside. And it's nice. The wind is blustery. Okay, we're getting we did have some rain this weekend, but the grass is green. Oh man, I looked out the window this morning. the kitchen window, and I'm just like looking out there, and it's like the grass is so green now. I'll probably be mowing it in about another week or two, if not the end of this week. It's growing quick. It's growing very quick. Let's see. Our current temperature, like I said, 37 degrees Fahrenheit, 2.7 degrees Celsius. We got overcast today. They say a few flurries and snow showers possible, but we're going to have a high of 46 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds out of the west by northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Sun will be rising here at 6:40 a.m. You can already see a little daylight peeking. It's starting to get out there. 6:40. So that's in about 18 minutes. The sun will be rising 6:40 a.m. The sun will be setting at 7:37 p.m. as far as that goes. And um, like I said, the temperatures are getting great. They're very good temperatures. Let's see. Thamer says being against your country's military at wartime. Well, it's not. Yeah, I would agree to a certain degree. There's some real boneheads that okay, you can say you're not for it, but you can't be against the people. You know, they can't even. There's people that they can't even speak. They can't even. They're the same people that think ICE is are criminals and stuff like that, which they're law enforcement, just like our military. They're just doing the service that they signed up for, I guess, and stuff. But whether you agree with it or disagree and stuff like that, I know I had my misgivings about the Afghanistan war, which was a debacle as far as us leaving there. But we should have never been in there as long as we were in. Though that's a forever war right there, it's like Vietnam was. And but when you look at the most recent ones, this one, look at Kuwait when we kicked Saddam out of Kuwait, and then the Iraq War. That wasn't a forever war. Iraq could have been. I guess it's still a shithole, but we took care of an unnecessary, well, someone that was evil, I guess. And in Iran, it's not just one person; it's a whole regime. The Iranian people are beautiful people. They should be able to live free, just like the other Arab states. And you may have disagreements, and as far as that goes, but the hate that is displayed, especially towards Israel, it's like, come on, we live in a modern age now, folks. Some people want to go back to the Stone Ages, and I just say, you know what, screw that. You're freaking nuts up, I guess. But I would tend to agree with what you just said, Thamer. Yeah, you got to be, And the farmer saying good morning to Tina from the Rumble side over, and as far as that goes. Okay, our world times and temperatures as I speak, starting in Honolulu, Hawaii at 12:25 a.m. Cloudy skies, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Phoenix, Arizona at 3:25 a.m. Clear skies with some passing clouds, 79 degrees Fahrenheit. In the windy city of Chicago, Illinois, at 5:25 a.m. Clear skies in Chicago, 39 degrees Fahrenheit. In New York City, the concrete jungle at 6:25 a.m. 6:25 a.m. here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York, and it is cloudy skies down there, 43 degrees Fahrenheit. And Tina is letting us know that down in central New Jersey, 54 degrees for the high, 41 for the low, sunny down there in central New Jersey. Sounds like a good day of weather down there, Tina. And Tony D down in Warner Robins, Georgia, reports that it's 51 degrees Fahrenheit down there. That's a comfortable morning temperature right there. 67 for the high, 51 for the low. Cloudy skies down there in Warner Robins, Georgia, where Tony is at. Thank you, Tony. Appreciate that, my friend. And let's see, crossing the pond, the Atlantic Ocean to London, UK. We have what we got here. London, UK at 11:26 a.m. Sunny and clear in London, 55 degrees Fahrenheit. 12:26 in Milan, Italia. Manja, lunchtime in Milan, a beautiful city. Sunny and clear, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And where Thamer is at, in Riyadh, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, at 1:26 p.m., Riyadh has a temperature of 82 degrees Fahrenheit, sunny and clear there in Riyadh. It looks like you got some good weather there. I guess 82 is sort of cool by Saudi Arabian temperatures, I guess. Okay, skipping over to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia at 6:27 p.m. And let's see, Thamer says, what is it? It's nice weather today. That's good. That's good. Very good. It's always good to have nice weather. In Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia at 6:27 p.m. Are you having a second cup?
I am.
Oh my God, I haven't even finished my first cup.
Yeah,
Just,
you sucked it all down yesterday.
yeah, I guess I did. Kuala Lumpur, let's try this again. Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia at 6:27 p.m. Sunny and clear, 84 degrees Fahrenheit. And over the skies of Tokyo at 7:27 p.m. in their evening, cloudy skies with a little clearing, 66 degrees Fahrenheit, and down under on the great continent, great country, and great friends and allies to the United States, Australia is in Melbourne at 8:28 p.m. Cloudy skies with a little clearing, 66 degrees Fahrenheit, and in Sydney, Australia at 8:28 p.m. in their evening, cloudy skies, 64 degrees Fahrenheit, and those are world times and temperatures as I speak. We do have a thought for the day, and it's from my favorite president, the 16th president of these here United States, and that's Abraham Lincoln, president of the United States. They served from 1861 until his assassination in 1865. He led the United States through the American Civil War, a very dark time for this country, but he held the Union together, defeating the Confederate States and played a major role in the abolishing of slavery. So as far as that goes. And his quote and our thought for the day goes as follows. It's not the years in your life that counts. It's the life in your years. Let me read that again. It's not the years in your life that count. It's the life in your years. So basically, somebody that hasn't lived in a long time. Hang on for a minute, folks. Let me see something here. I just got a message came in. Where is that? Not sure what that is. Oh, we'll check it later. Okay. So you could have, if you've lived someone that lived maybe 30, 40 years, if they have pretty much has a full life in those years, they've lived more than somebody that stayed here. You got to have those experiences and stuff like that. So, but the basic emphasis is that quality of life, passion, purpose, experience matters more than quality. Let's see, quality matters over quantity of years. Just because you have a quantity of years doesn't mean you have a full life. You got to make sure you take part in life to have a full life. It encourages living actively, building meaningful relationships. That's important, meaningful relationships, and finding joy rather than just mere existence or focusing solely on longevity. Okay, you got to live life. Okay, it's just basically enjoy it and stuff like that. Some people are so focused. I got to do this for my health and all that, and you're not taking the time to smell the roses, folks. In a matter of speaking, so so there we have it. And let's see. Tina says yes. It's how you live. Yes, it's how we live. It's how we live. And Farmer says you can spend years not living. It's best to live like every year is your last. In a matter of speaking, as far as that goes, we only have a finite amount, and some people have more than others. And I've been blessed and very fortunate that I hope to live a long life and a full life. Okay, I'm not wasting it. And Tina says yes on the thought for the day. I think very good quote a great quote from Abraham Lincoln, the 16th president of these here United States of America. And he's my favorite president because just what he did as far as service to this country as president. And it was a great man and that was needed in a time of need. So some very smart and intelligent words from our 16th president. God bless you, sir, and Godspeed. Okay, our national day. Let me see. Okay, we're good to go there. Let's see. We have. Oh, I think the missus like this. We have New Beer Eve. I don't know what that is. It has to do with beer, though. National Employee Benefits Day. Let me see something. Let me reset this again. Stand by. Okay. All right. Okay, that's better. Okay, I'm resetting my mic again. It's a new thing that I'm doing when I think I'm not getting any good. Let's see. National Employee Benefits Day. That's a sort of wimpy one. Let's see. National IEP Writing Day. Okay. I like this one. National Fresh Tomatoes Day. I like tomatoes. But we're going to go with this one because this is one of the missus's favorite dishes. I like it. It's good. We ate this when we were over in. I don't think we ever had an egg on it. I don't think I ever had an egg on it. But today we're going to have. It's National Carbonaro Day. Carbonaro. Manja your carbonaro. Yeah, you can see it's windy out there. Look at the wind. That wind is just going. You can see the sun's coming up here. So National Carbonaro Day. What you doing, Jackie? And Big Juice is in the house, coming in from the Buckeye State of Ohio. Good morning, Big Juice, Steve. And Tina said, I knew she would say, yes, I love that too. Yeah, she loves it. Carbonaro. I like it. It's good. On April 6th, and you love it? Yeah, she loves carbonaro. You're still in bed, Big Juice says, and Tina saying good morning to Big Juice. Good morning, Steve. Let's see. On April 6th, enjoy. And Big Juice saying good morning to Tina. I know there's some, yeah, Big Juice, Big Juice saying good morning to Tina. Okay. Thank you, Big Juice. April 6th, enjoy the flavors of Italy. God, I love the flavors of Italy. And celebrate National Carbonaro Day. This delicious pasta dish made up of creamy sauce and bits of prosciutto. Hashtag National Carbonaro Day. If you love Italian food, which I do, pasta, or just enjoy cooking, this food holiday challenges you to put your best recipe to the test. Pursuits turn up their noses on bacon. Purists turn up their nose at bacon and other debated cheeses. However, add the right amount of seasoning. The best pasta and garlic seems to make or break the delicious dish. When compared to other pasta dish, this one stands up to the flavor test and is sometimes something that can be made at home. And the missus has made carbonaro. No matter how you make the carbonaro, get it on the taste test, or better yet, order up a plate of your favorite Italian restaurant. And we had an Italian called God, what was that restaurant? What was that restaurant we went to?
Where?
In at Aviano, the family there. They had the salads with the big beans and stuff.
Oh, out there it's the Spaghetti House.
The Spaghetti House, okay. Yeah, the Spaghetti House was right outside Aviano, Italy, and stuff. It was family owned, and I could just remember the best carbonaro I probably had was there. And it was a great place. That's just thinking of that dish. I know I had the carbonara there. They had the salad. You order a salad. They had these big green. They're as big as a silver dollar. These green lima beans. They were huge, but man, they were good in that salad. Oh my God, I can taste them now. So let's see. Get ready to for your bike ride, Rich. I don't have a bike. I haven't been on a bike in years. I don't plan on being on a bike. I'm going to do my walk. I do the walking bit. He's just posting. He's just jabbing at me. Let's see. You even took the plate home. It's like, no, I ate it all there. No, it was that good. When something's that good, I don't take it home. I devour it. Believe me, I devour it. If I'm sitting down at a restaurant, I very rarely take something home. And let's see, favorite beans and salad, Rich. Yeah, that's the lima bean. I couldn't believe how big they were. I didn't think lima beans could get that big. What are you doing, Jack? Buggy bothering you? Huh? Huh? You okay? You okay? Be calm. Calm down. So go out and see if you can find some carbonaro for National Carbonaro Day today. So, that's good. Yeah, that's a good bean. It's a healthy bean as far as that goes. They're called fava. Oh, fava. Okay, the lima bean fava. Okay, didn't know that. That's good. That's Italian. That's it. It sounds Italian. Fava. Put some fava in. Some fava beans. Some fava beans. That's cool. Okay, so there's our National Day. Let's see. Tina's laughing at that one. Yeah. Um, yeah, some good memories. Carbonaro, that just brings up good memories of us living in Italy, me and the missus. We loved it over there. I was always right here. That's how I feel about Italy when we were there. I loved it. It was a great duty station, stuff like that. Okay, let's see. Let's get set up for 100 years ago. And let's see, who do we got here? We got Captain Rehab. Oh, that's right. I forgot to talk about the astronauts. Good morning, Captain Rehab, coming in from the city of brotherly love there in Philadelphia. Glad to have you here, my friend. And let's see, your duty today is to give us 8 hours of moon. No, I'm not going to do the no. I'll talk about it. I do the launch and that, and I don't continue that broadcast and stuff like that. You can watch it on YouTube. Watch it on NASA. NASA YouTube does a good job and stuff like that. And Captain Rehab is just funny. And Tina's saying good morning to her nephew, Captain Rehab, her online nephew, and Captain Rehab saying hi, Tina. And Big Juice is saying Cap's here. Hide your bottles. I could say bottles of what, but yeah, the moon conversion, the Artemis 2 mission of the Orion spacecraft integrity with the 4 astronauts on board. They fixed, I guess, their toilet problem was they alleviated the problem, relieved the problem when they turned the Orion space capsule integrity, the one side where they discharged the wastewater. They call it wastewater. We can call it something else, but and I guess it was ice buildup, and the sun on that side melted the ice, so that took care of, along with starting up the pumps and the valves and stuff like that, and that's their backup. They probably were using that as a backup because they do have a backup. That's the old way of doing it with their waste, Captain Rehab. I saw a couple briefings this weekend but they said once they turned that capsule around and the side where the toilet is at, I guess, where the holding tank before they release it out into space, they just dump it. Is that littering in space? But the sun's rays, because you got all that radiation out there, it melted the ice that was building up and stuff like that.
All that crap's gonna rain down on us.
What's that?
All that crap's gonna rain down on us.
Yeah, all the crap is going to rain down on us, so it gets through the atmosphere. But they are going to be swinging around the moon, the backside of the moon, right around 1 o'clock. That's what they were saying as far as the conversion. So I'll probably be on. I don't know. I'll have to. I'm going to probably take a nap. I'll probably look at a little bit at 1, and then about 2 o'clock, I'm going to lay down, and take a nap and stuff like that. Um, as far as that goes. So I got a chess game I got to play tonight, so I got to be rested up for that. I lost last Wednesday, so I got to win tonight. Um, so that mission is ongoing. They're getting ready to go around the moon. The gravity's going to take them around, and then they're going to swing out and then swing back and head back. They're scheduled to come back here on Earth, I guess, next Friday or this coming Friday, as far as that goes. And Captain Rehab, no, I wouldn't buy that bag. No, you can buy it. I'm not into that. I'm not into that's not a fetish I'm into, Captain Rehab, as far as buying a bag of crap. I gotta let's see. Space is going to backfire. there's there's a conspiracy theory. It's just like, okay, the aliens aren't going to be too happy with us being up there and stuff. You start messing out there, and it's going to backfire. It's what mankind is, to explore, as far as that goes. And Thamer says, "Rich, sleeping schedule more important than moon." I'm pretty up on the latest there and stuff like that. It's not, they're out there. I'm concerned about them. They're safe. They got a working toilet. That's a good thing. And they're going to swing around the moon. The pictures, if you haven't seen any of the pictures, just Google Artemis 2 Orion, or Orion Integrity Mission, and look at go to NASA. They always do a great job. NASA does. So yeah, my I don't know. It's when I want to take a nap. I'm going to take a nap, folks. It's just like, as far as that goes. And Big Juice agrees the toilet is a must. I agree. Yeah, but they have the backup system, like Captain Rehab was saying. But if they, I don't think they sell those bags of crap. Would you buy a bag of crap? Hell no. Um, and Farmer agrees. Naps are the best. Yeah, they are the best. Okay. Tomorrow will be a Mixcloud broadcast, just to highlight that, over on mixcloud.com/Richard M. Roberts, where I play the Want to Be Radio DJ, hashtag Want to Be Radio DJ. And that's a keyword I play. I'm not a radio DJ. I just pretend I'm one, and I present 8 songs of rock and roll and nature, and I'll be posting it up on the social media feeds, and it's fun. It's a good it's a little bit less than what we do here on the Monday, Wednesday, Friday live stream broadcast, but I do have fun. I've been doing it for a number of years. I always enjoy that. And I don't get that much action over there either. So if you want to check it out, please check it out. If you like, just Mixcloud, the platform itself is a great platform. It's like Rumble. I don't recommend too many platforms. I talk about the platforms I was on and all that, but this platform, there's a whole host of music. I know Tony D does his hip hop and rap music is on there too and stuff. So there's a mess load of genres on there and stuff, but mine in particular is rock and roll. And Mixcloud is a place to be where you want to, post some music. I guess they can use it. You can use it for podcasting too, I guess. I've seen some podcasts go on over there. So, but we will be doing the Mixcloud to where tomorrow, and that will be posted up on the social media feeds, probably right around a little after 8 or so, between 8 and 9, before I go out for a walk and stuff. That's when I usually do it. I get an extra hour's sleep tomorrow. So yeah, sleep is important to me, like Thamer said. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and go into 100 years ago. Let's set up for that. And see, we're at 47 minutes. We're Friday. I got to this. I guess I'm talking a little bit longer too. So, okay, let's set up for 100 years ago, with Roger Luther, who is the Broome County historian. And like I always say, full disclosure, I have no association with Fox 40 News. I'm a consumer of their web page as far as articles, as far as that goes. And what was that, Big Juice? What did you say? Oh, I thought, okay. I thought I looked at it, said you finally made, no, it says, yeah, I finally made it to 100 years ago. Yeah, you're actually here early for 100 years ago. Big Juice, you're always late on missing the 100 years ago. Yeah, we're going to get ready to do that. Just for, oh, excuse me. I heard that in my thing. Just for you, Big Juice. Just for you, 100 years ago. Okay, let's bring this up. There it is for April 3rd, which was Friday. This is 100 years ago, April 3rd, 1926. And here we go.
100 years ago today, rabbits, poultry, eggs, and spring flowers were popular with the many Easter shoppers at the public markets in Johnson City and Endicott today. A new booklet is being prepared for publication by the Binghamton Chamber of Commerce, which will contain photographs and information on many of the factories and businesses in this city. According to the Chamber of Commerce, 250 exhibitors are expected to participate in the Triple Cities Exposition of Progress in May, to be held at the Endicott Johnson BBB factory in Binghamton at Washington and Susquehanna Streets. And finally, last month, Binghamton police arrested 222 men, 19 women. 92 of those arrests were for public intoxication. That was the news, April 3rd, 1926.
There's that news statement that we like to, we laugh about and seeing for the month of March, I guess, 1926. This is Binghamton police arrested 222 men and 19 women. 92 of those arrests, more than almost, no, not really half, but well over a third to a half. 92 of the arrests were public intoxication during a time when it was supposed to be prohibition, for Christ's sakes. What's going on there? And so that's the funny one. And then this expose, that's pretty interesting. I would have loved to see that. Held at the Endicott Johnson BBB factory. What did they make at the Endicott BBB? Let me check that out. I'm curious on that one. Let's see. Oh, that's part of the Endicott Johnson Corporation. What did they make? What did they make at the Endicott Johnson BBB? It's not BBs because that's only two Bs. Let's see. The Endicott Johnson EJ's factories in Binghamton area included the Pioneer BBB, likely referred to Bigelow, Bush, and Bigelow area big factory complex. Produced leather shoes, boots, and rubber footwear. So that was EJ's. EJ Shoes, a prominent shoe factory, with a total output of 200,000 pairs of shoes daily at the peak. The notable manufacturing military boots for the United States Army in World War II came from there. Oh, okay. So when I talk about EJ's, that's the shoe factory that was here in Endicott and stuff. They had a lot of things there. What is that? That still didn't stop people from getting. Oh yeah, I know that. That's obvious. That's obvious, Steve. I just think it's funny because Prohibition was in full force in it, and it didn't. That's 1926, and I think Prohibition didn't end until 1933. I always say that, so I say it enough times I remember that Prohibition didn't end until I guess they did the amendment. But Endicott Johnson Shoes, they were making the boots, army boots here in the southern tier of upstate New York for World War I and World War II. That's pretty cool. And then what's the other one? A new booklet prepared, which contained photographs and information of the factories and business. I would love to get a copy of that. That's probably worth some money today. And of course, there 100 years ago today, rabbits, poultry, eggs, and spring flowers. Well, spring is here. It's Easter. Easter is is predominantly means spring. I think for me, when someone says Easter, oh, it's springtime because you got the flower. There's flowers growing. There's flowers out here in the backyard that are popping up too. Um, so there we have it. 100 years ago with Roger Luther. Thank you, Roger Luther, and we do enjoy that particular segment here. And again, I have no affiliation with Fox 40. They're in Vestal, New York, the local Fox affiliate, but I watched. They're a good channel here, along with WBNG and Channel 34. Those are the three main TV stations here in the local area, and and that's always 100 years. That's always a good segment here that I think we do enjoy it and stuff. We have fun with it. So so let's see. We're going to be looking at some news here on the second half. But in other history, let me bring that up. Other history we got going here for today that happened. Let's see. Let's check the timeline here. Let's see. Tina says, I miss my daughter. Was talking all well. Oh no, we're just talking about 100 years ago, Tina. That's okay. Okay, what happened here? Hang on for a minute. Let me double check this as far as we got history. Is that going to come up? Oh, there it is. Okay, so in other history on this day, it was 130 years ago today. The first Olympics, the first modern Olympic Games of the modern era, opened in Athens. 1,500 years after the original games were banned by the Roman Empire. Oh, okay. So that's something. Let's see. In 1789, the United States Congress convened in New York City to begin the first regular session. Of course, New York City was the first capital of the United States, and then Philadelphia, where Captain Rehab lives, that was also capital of the United States after that, and then until D.C., Washington, D.C. became. And let's see. In 1968, Simon and Garfunkel, what a team they were, a folk rock duo, went to #1 on the U.S. album chart with the soundtrack to The Graduate, which is a pretty interesting movie. The Graduate with Dustin Hoffman was in there, young Dustin Hoffman, and the hit song was Mrs. Robinson. Oh, yeah, I can hear that tune now. On the AP side, it was on April 6, 1917, the United States entered World War I as the House joined the U.S. Senate to approve a declaration of war against Germany that was then signed by President Woodrow Wilson. So that's 1830. Joseph Smith and others met in Fayette, New York, to form the Church of Christ, now known as the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And I have a lot of friends that I grew up with and went to high school that were Latter-day Saints and stuff. Some good people, some really good people as far as that goes. 1862, the Civil War Battle of Shiloh began in Tennessee as Confederate forces launched a surprise attack against the Union troops, who beat back the Confederates the following day. That was back in 1862. And let's see. And that's it for history as far as that goes. Let's see. In our sports, let's get our sports out of the way. We got time for the sports here. Where's the sports? In baseball action starting last Friday, the Mets and Yankees. Let's see. Yankees beat the Marlins last Friday 8-2. And where's the Mets? The Mets, did they play? I don't think they played Friday. No, they did play. They beat the Giants 10-3. Oh, right. Go Mets, go. It's going Saturday. Saturday, the Yankees beat the Marlins again. Okay, that's 2 times, 9-7. And the Mets beat the Giants 9-0. Wow, Mets are on a roll there. And then Sunday, Yankees lost to the Marlins, but they won the series 2-1. But Marlins beat the Yankees 7-6. But the Mets beat the Giants, so they swept the series there. All right, go Mets, go. I know Tina's likes that. Today we're going to have both those teams. Okay, both those teams are off today. And then tomorrow, the Yankees play the Athletics tomorrow at 7:05, and the Mets. Oh, the Mets got 2 days off? Yep, Mets got 2 days off. So let's see here. Tina says, okay, I already got that one. Okay. Let's see. Big Juice says, Rich, you would have been a great science and history teacher. I don't know about science, maybe history. I really love history. I love history as far as that goes. And Tina says, yeah, okay. I thought, that would have meant I'd go back to school. When I got out of high school, that was the best thing for me. I was already enlisted in the service, and I said, I'm getting out on my own and stuff. I was ready to go. I didn't want any more to do with school, but the Air Force ended up being my school after high school. I learned a lot, and I'm very fortunate. I got my associates. I should have got my bachelor's. I wasted so much time though. My first 2 hitches there, my enlistments and stuff like that when I was single, because I was just I was enjoying life though. That's one thing I can tell you, that I was enjoying life. Oh, no, they weren't that wild. No, I was pretty tame compared to some other folks. Believe me, I was pretty reserved, but I did enjoy myself. I worked with a lot of good people when I was in the service in my younger day and stuff like that. Let's see. That was baseball. Let's see. We're going to go to hockey. And Big Juice says, yeah, the military parties were wild. Yeah, there was a few of them. I could say I didn't get in any trouble. There's some other people that got in trouble, but I didn't get in trouble. I stayed away from trouble. Let's see. What's that?
Nothing.
Okay. It's just, let's see. NHL action Friday night. Islanders lost to the Flyers 4-1. Saturday, of course, the Buffalo Sabres, they clinched a playoff spot. So I gotta get off my duff here and start watching some of the Sabres games. Saturday, Rangers beat the Red Wings 4-1. And Boston Bruins, they lost to the Lightning 3-1. Islanders lost to the Hurricanes 4-3. Buffalo Sabres, they lost to the Capitals on Saturday 6-2. Yesterday, there's only 2, 4, 6, 7 games. The Bruins lost again to the Flyers, and Rangers beat the Capitals 8-1. And today, the Sabres play the Lightning tonight at 7. Tonight at 7, and then that's the only game that's and then tomorrow, Boston Bruins and Hurricanes at 7. And we're going down the list here as far as that goes, and that's the only game. And then Wednesday, you got Sabres and Rangers. That should be a pretty interesting game right there. So that's it for hockey. And let's see. Steve, yes, I attended a few in Italy, parties in Italy. Okay. And Big Juice says, oh, that's nice. And Tina says, laugh. Army off-base parties. Okay. Oh, the Army. Okay, Tina. Oh, you opened the window there. Okay. And Thamer says Cubs and Rays. Oh, Cubs and Rays. Let me go back to baseball, Thamer. Are you a Cubs fan or? And the Wandering Australia. Yes, I'm afraid so, mate. You're going to have to go back on the replay. I'm just doing the sports now, and then I'm going to take a break. Wandering Australia. Hey, how you doing, my friend? Glad to have you in the broadcast this weekend there. I think you were in the the Wandering Wanderer of Gondor. There we go. He was Wandering Australia was in the broadcast yesterday. I appreciate that from Australia. Wandering Australian is from Brisbane, Australia at 9:01 p.m. there in his evening. He was up late last night, yesterday when I was doing the morning gaming broadcast, and he was in. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning his time. But it's 9 o'clock and 9:02 p.m. in Brisbane right now. Clear skies in Brisbane, 66 degrees Fahrenheit in Brisbane, and hope all is well. Hope you had a great Easter weekend there, Wandering Australian. And Tina saying hi to Wanderer, and Wandering Australian saying good day to Tina. And beautiful night here, mate. Oh, is it? That's good. Yeah, clear skies. I imagine you got a full sky of stars there to look at. Let's see. So that was NHL. Let's see. Of course, tonight after Saturday, the men's NCAA basketball championship in Indianapolis is going to be tonight at 8:50. Connecticut number 2 against Michigan number 1, and I think Michigan's going to win. They just annihilated Arizona on Saturday, set 91-73. But then again, UConn beat Illinois 71-62. So this should be a good championship game tonight for to end March Madness. In UFL's United Football League scores, Friday the Defenders, God, they crushed the Aviators 44-26. Wow. And then Saturday, April 4th, the Storm beat the Kings, so they're undefeated 2-0. And then Sunday, the Stallions lost to the Gamblers by 2 points. Wow. And the only undefeated teams, they're 1-0. Battlehawks and Renegades, they play tomorrow. It's a Tuesday game, football. That's odd. They're going to play tomorrow on FS1 at 8 p.m. So whoever wins that game, they'll be, along with the DC Defenders, the only undefeated team. Okay, Tina, we'll see you later. Take care. Say hi to Hal. Tina's off to see Hal. He's going to be, let's see, he'll be on the Twitch, I think. Yeah, he's coming up on the Twitch. And Wandering Australia says, "Hurrah, Tina." I guess that's an Australian way of saying see you later. Let's see. Manchester City Football Club this past Saturday, they won against Liverpool. Wow. 4-0. I didn't watch that game. I wish I would have. I forgot. I slept in Saturday. And when I woke up, all I was thinking is going out doing no, I don't think she was in the army. I don't know. I have no idea, Big Juice. I didn't know that. She evidently she's probably a dependent. Her father might have been in the army or something like that, because I don't think she's ever talked about her being in the army. I think she might have been a dependent as far as that goes. They're going to the final, Manchester City, Thamer said. You think so? MC? Let's see, Richard, you're doing too much sleeping. No, I'm I'm catching up on all the sleep I missed when I was working, and we need more stream. Oh, I'm streaming a lot. I mean, I already got 3 gaming streams right now, so I'm doing more. Last month was probably the most I've ever streamed, as far as that goes, and I'm not even counting the bogus streams I've done here on Rumble with that beta, that new beta canvas. That's they got some work they have to do on that thing. Okay, let's see here. I think that's it for the first half here. We're going to go ahead and take a break, and I'm going to go refresh my coffee here. Yeah. It's cold coffee, but it's great tasting. Oh my God, it's great tasting. Oh, semi. Okay, semi-final. That's not in the Premier League? Is that in one of the other games there? Let me see. Let's go back to Manchester City. Because they're number 2 right now in the Premier League. I don't know if they have the playoffs, but Manchester City, it's cup game, not the. Oh, it's okay. The FA Cup, or what's the other one? Is it the FA Cup, or is it the UEFA Championship? It's probably the UAF Championship. Let me see. No, they're not in the quarterfinals in that. They're FA Cup. Oh, okay, FA Cup. Thank you. Okay, so they're in the semifinals in the FA Cup. Okay, that's why we haven't been getting that much action in the Premier League. So they're. Let me see. Let me bring up FA Cup. Do we have standings? Okay, that was the quarterfinals. That what they beat. Okay, they beat Manchester. Okay, I see what you're saying now. So in the FA Cup, in the quarterfinal or the semifinals, Manchester plays Southampton. That's April 25th. So that's in a couple weeks here. Okay. And then Chelsea plays Leeds on 25th for. Well, that's interesting. I just know they play. I watch them and stuff, and I don't get too much into the FA Cup or the and what's the other one? The EL or the EFL Cup. So there's 3 different. There's the Premier League they're in, but they're in the FA Cup, the EFL Cup final, which they beat Arsenal back in March, and then they're in the UEFA Cup. And the thing is, on top of that, we got the World Cup. Hey, Tamara, did you hear Italy's no longer? It's not going to. They're not going to be in the World Cup. That was the big news also last week. I bet you there's a lot of pissed off Italians right now. They're not going to the World Cup. They're one of the premier countries that are in that always take place in the World Cup. So, all right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and take a break here, and I will be right back as far as that goes. And I'm going to get some more coffee here. So just hang loose, and we will be right back. That's a good one, Captain Rehab. I just told the missus, she's laughing. I guess it was one extra beat there, 4 of them and stuff. I was lollygagging, getting my coffee here. I was just saying good morning to our outdoor cats that we have here and stuff. That also, as far as feeding them. I think Richard might have fallen off the toilet. Yeah, I'm going to rush right back. I'm not. What's that?
Jaboozy.
The Boozy. Oh, you watch? Oh, okay, Jaboozy. She's on her exercise place. Jaboozy. Are they performing?
What?
Is Jaboozy on right now?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. I can't say I was watching Jaboozy. Yeah. But let's see. The comment there I posted up there. Not Thamer says from Riyadh, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia says not surprised. Oh, it's a 3rd time in a row. Oh, okay. I thought it was just 3 times. I didn't know it was in a row. Holy crap! They missed the World Cup, but it's sad because many Italian Americans. Yeah, I think they were. I really think they were, as far as that goes, Thamer. So I didn't realize it was 3 in a row. I just thought it was they missed 3. Wow, that's Captain Rehab. He likes that word, lallygag. We're lallygagging Rich. Oh, that's good. I got my second cup of coffee here. Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich here on the Rumble, and we are getting our second half of the broadcast here. I got a good cup of coffee. I put some honey in here. I got some raw honey in the coffee, and it's tasting really good now. Really good. I got that sweetness in there and stuff. It's smooth, very smooth. But we're starting the second half here of the Monday morning coffee for 04.06.2026. And we have a cast of characters in the chat here this morning. Welcome them. And also the people that are watching, thank you very much for watching so far. And we do repurpose the audio here for the Monday, Wednesday, Friday broadcast over on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify, as far as that goes. And it's cloudy out. It's nice out. I stepped out. It's nice. It's a little windy, a little breezy, but it's very nice. We're up to 37 degrees Fahrenheit. Still, we're still at 37. But we are getting our week started here. New week. We just getting through Easter weekend, and I think everybody sort of indicated they've had a great Easter weekend. And let's see, what's the audio? Audio's still going good. Okay. But we do repurpose this over on Spotify for creators, at Fireman Rich on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify over there, and that's where I post all my audio and stuff. And Spotify does a good job. I like Spotify. I wasn't really too keen on Spotify back in the day when I was still on was Anchor. I liked Anchor, and then Spotify ended up buying Anchor, and then it became Spotify for podcasters, and then Spotify for creators. So I do love the doing the audio, and I love listening to the audio. I listen to a lot of good audio from people I've known from back in the Audio Boo days, and a lot of good podcasts. Everybody's into listening to podcasts. That's where you get most of your. I think that's where you get. Most people get the way their views are, you can tell by the podcasts they listen to. Rich, if UConn wins tonight, I will win my March Madness bracket with 60 people. Oh, how much do you win? How much money is that? You win your bracket. I don't know. Michigan, they played pretty good against Arizona, but I didn't see any of the UK or University of Connecticut. But UConn, they've been there before. Both, I think they probably won more than Michigan has. I think, haven't they? But Michigan, they're the only team in the March Madness that had 90 plus points on every single game, as far as that goes. And oh, hey, there's Tiger. Good morning, Tiger. Good morning. CU_Tiger_31. A fellow Lotro player and Lotro streamer. Good to see you here. I hope you had a great weekend, Tiger, on the Easter holiday and stuff. And let's see, Captain Rehab says, I don't remember what the prize was. you just want to win it. I know you care more about just winning it than the prize. Okay. So you got bragging rights and stuff like that. But for those folks, CU underscore Tiger underscore 31, give him a follow over on Twitch. He broadcasts. Are you going to be broadcasting? You're more or less a morning. I've seen your you pop up. You usually do a morning. You usually do the morning broadcast there for Locho, Tiger. And Captain Rehab says exactly, yeah. I've known Captain Rehab enough to where I could say that honestly, that he cares more about winning than he does the prize, because he gives him bragging rights. I know he's. I would too. Yeah, it's. I think the bragging rights are almost better than the, unless you're getting a couple grand or something like that. But I'm just curious on how much it was. If you got 60 people, that's got to be at least up around a few $100 there or something like that. How much did you pay in? You remember what you paid in on it? But as far as concerning Tiger there, do give him a follow, and follow him and watch his Locho stream and stuff like that. And it's always good to promote fellow Locho streamers and stuff. And him, along with Mama Panic, are two new Locho streamers. I can say I do enjoy watching and stuff like that. So and it just Locho is a great game. I'm playing it yesterday. I had a great gaming session. I think I'm just in an area. It's like the game is brand new because I've never been in this area. There's new challenges, new twists, and some of the quests are sort of like the same old quests. You got to go here, then go here, and then go back again. You go A to B, and then A, B, C, D, and then from D you got to go back to B or A. It's just, but it's a fun, relaxing game, and I do enjoy it as far as that goes. I don't know if I can. I just stream when the Locho, like this broadcast, the Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's a set schedule. The other broadcasts, I can't seem to get into a regular schedule for them. I think it's because the morning is just. I've been doing this for so long, as far as that goes. Okay, let's see what we got here now. We got. Let's see. Let me get rid of these. Don't need these anymore. Let's go ahead and we're going to look second half of the broadcast here. We're going to go ahead and yeah, I think I'm pretty sure I'm following. Let me check. Am I following? Yeah, I'm following Tiger. I did follow you because I think it was right after you followed me. Yeah. Yeah, Tiger's a. He's been on Twitch for a long time. I think he's been on Twitch longer than me. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and start our second half of the broadcast here. And what we do is we're going to look at some web pages here for the local news outlets here in the southern tier of upstate New York. We already looked at Fox 40. We'll be looking at them. WBNG, WEBO, WNBF, WBNG, Channel 12, CBS News, or CBS affiliate, The Whale radio station, Channel 34, another TV station, WENY, TV station out in Elmira, WETM, Channel 18 News out there in Elmira also. We'll look at the Penny Saver, KGB, radio station in Binghamton. It rocks. It's a good radio station. I listen to that quite often. Kiss 104, I don't listen to them, but we're going to look at their webpage. But usually their page is the same as WNBF and Whale. Spectrum News, then there's two places up there in Buffalo, Country 106.5 WYRK and 93.7 WBLK, sister channel there. We'll be looking at their web pages, see if there's anything up in the Buffalo, Niagara area, and also New York State. And let's see, Buffalo Sports Radio, WGR 550. I look at their webpage. And I forgot. Oh, what was that one I forgot? I forgot to bring up. Oh, it's down there. Oh, that one got away from me. Okay, and then 1440 News. That's the other one I look at as far as that goes to see. Let's see what's on there for the daily brief. Is there anything of interest on the daily brief? Yeah, they got. We'll talk about that. And we might have two articles we can read off of there. Okay, that's different. So I have no affiliation whatsoever with these news agencies. I just um, um, enjoyed the content that they provide, and I share it here on the Monday, Wednesday, Friday broadcast to give you an idea what it's like here, my home, the southern tier of upstate New York. So, and these news articles sort of show you that as far as that goes. Let's see. Captain Rehab says, "No, I'm not affiliated with these. Don't. Oh my God, you have affiliation with these? No, I do not. Don't even suggest that, Captain Rehab. No, I don't have any affiliation. I put that as a non-disclosure as far as that goes. I just do that for my own self sense of mind, I guess, and stuff like that. Just I don't want somebody to say, well, he works for them, so he must know what he's talking. No, I'm just showing this to display this and present it to give you guys. And he's probably, Captain Rehab's laughing his ass off because I'm trying to explain myself. And I know he likes doing that. He's poking, folks. Captain Rehab does that. See, I got you pegged, Captain Rehab. He's laughing. I know he's laughing. But no, with all seriousness, I do that for a specific purpose. I do not have any affiliation. I don't even consider myself an amateur streamer here. I just have fun coming up here at streaming. And I like the conversation we have with the people in the chat here as far as that goes. And it's coffee talk in a sense. Man, that honey tastes great. Okay, let's see. What do we have on Fox? Easter celebrates in Southern Tier. Let's see what this one's about. We did just go through the Easter weekend here, and she's talking about community. So let's bring this up, and let's get rid of that one, and we'll present it and see what some of the Easter celebrations were around here in the southern tier of upstate New York.
Communities all over the region gather to celebrate the resurrection of Jesus today. I went to a couple celebrations and show you some of the festivities that took place. This was the Easter celebration at Trinity Memorial Episcopal Church today.
On Easter Sunday, we celebrate the resurrection of Jesus, we celebrate the forgiveness of sins, and we celebrate that we have life in Jesus and God.
The service included a contemplative gathering followed by a festive Eucharist with music and choir.
I thought the music was particularly beautiful, and it's a meaningful day, and I thought the celebration was really joyful.
For many attendees, the day served as a reminder of the story of Jesus' resurrection and the new beginning it symbolizes. At the Two Rivers Church in Johnson City, celebrations included 3 morning services, an Easter egg hunt, a carnival, and activities for kids. One attendee, Amber, came to the event with her stepson.
Are you having fun?
Yeah.
You're having fun?
Yeah.
What did you do? Did you take a picture with the Easter Bunny?
Yeah.
You did?
While the day is often filled with candy, Easter baskets, and family activities, Amber says it's also important to remind children what the holiday is all about.
It's not about that, but Jesus wants us to follow him and be kind.
Hampton says above all, he hopes guests leave with a sense of hope inspired by resurrection.
It's out of love he went to the cross, and it's the great expression of how much God cares for each individual.
Community.
Okay, so there's church services, Easter egg hunts, and the like there as far as that goes. That was yesterday, Mass, as far as at one of the local Catholic churches here in the southern tier of upstate New York. And it looked like the one kid there with the Easter bunny, he was enjoying himself. That's cool. That's it's all worth it as far as that goes. Okay, what else do we got on Fox? Let's see. For the news, local. And Farmer says, let's see, with the grandkids around, I'm pretty sure halfway through Easter, the name should change to Diabetes Day with all the candy. I can honestly say I didn't have any chocolate or anything like that yesterday. I did have a good, the dessert we had was lemon meringue pie. Or no, coconut cream pie. Coconut was we either. Yeah, I went with coconut when we went shopping last week, grocery shopping, and oh, was that good? Ooh, so that was the sweet tooth item I had yesterday was coconut cream pie. Okay, let's see what else we have.
Tell them we have to move close to the daughter so that we can enjoy grandkids.
Oh yeah, that's. I'm not even going to comment on that one. She always wants us to move. Let's see. Fox 40. Let's go with Health Minute, weekly Health Minute. Let's go ahead and do this one. We had this one before. Let's see what this one's about here, and we get 3 on Fox. and Farmer says lots of laugh. Listening to the missus. Yeah, she. Yeah. I get it. I get an earful there and stuff like that. So she's laughing. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead. Is this oh, I thought this was a video. Oh, it isn't a video. Okay. It's not a video. Okay, let's see. Let's bring this back. So we're not going to do Health Minute because there's no video. And let's go ahead and 13th annual Easter egg hunt.
Hundreds of
in Rec Park. That's up there in Binghamton. It's one of the many parks. One of the many parks that we have here in the southern tier. It's a pretty good, decent park. Let's go ahead and do this one. Show you some other activities that took place here in the southern tier of upstate New York and stuff. So here we go.
Hundreds of local kids braved the morning chill to scour Recreation Park for thousands of hidden treasures today. The annual Rec Park Easter egg hunt brought families out in droves as kids raced across the fields to fill their baskets with plastic eggs and candy. Organizers say the event, which began in 2019 in memory of Harper Stans, has grown each year. Organizers say the event continues to grow every year, providing a safe and festive environment for neighborhood families to celebrate the holiday together.
Everything is free thanks to our donations and our sponsor of Marabido helping out. The Parks Department made this park look beautiful as always, so we just like to come out, enjoy it, have some fun, let loose. Most kids are out for break, so really no responsibilities and just enjoy the time.
Okay, you see that structure in the background of this individual talking about the Easter egg hunt. That structure, that's one of I think it's 6 or 7 carousels that it's housed. That's the merry-go-round. That's one of southern tier of upstate New York is known as a carousel capital. So Rec Park, they're one of several. Let's see here. Binghamton. Yeah, Rec Park has one of the carousels. The George F. Johnson Recreation Park Carousel is a historical carousel located in Binghamton, here in Broome County. That's the next. The carousel, its pavilion were built. The original 1925. The carousel is housed in a wooden 1-story, 16-sided pavilion topped, and it's up there in Rec Park. So it's been around. The carousels, George F. Johnson, along with some other uh, individuals back in the day, gave the carousels for free. All the people have to do is bring up a piece of litter and stuff like that. So the carousels will be opened and up. And how many carousels are in the Southern Tier area? There's 6. Okay, 6 originally operate and free to ride antique carousels located at parks across Broome County and Rec Park. This is one of them, Rec Park. The wooden carved turn of the century treasures were donated by the local shoe manufacturing of George F. Johnson, and Johnson City is named after him. And let's see, we have, of course, there's the one here at Rec Park. There's one in Ross Park at the Ross Park Zoo. There's one at the Fred Johnson Park in Johnson City. There's one in George W. Johnson Park in Endicott, West End Endicott Park, and Highland Park in Endwell. So the one in Endwell is a really nice. I remember the one in Endwell. They used to have where you could, you used to be able to, if you were on the outer ring, you could try and snatch a ring. I think they discontinued that. So I love that the carousels there. And I've been on every one of them at one time or the other. I like to go spend one day and just go on all 6 of them. Okay, so they had the Easter egg. That was Saturday. They had the Easter egg hunt, and as far as that goes, so. And let's see. Let's go to WEBO radio station here in Owego, New York. And let's see. Do we have anything? And Fire in Dryden, Fire in Hancock. That's on the outer fringes of the Southern Tier. So nothing on WEBO. WNBF? Nope, just the generic articles there. Nothing really gone. Let's see. These machines too loud. Let's see. What's this got to do? No, nothing going on there. Let's see. Just to make sure, let's check it one more time. What's this? No, nothing there. Nothing there. Oh, okay. Here's an article about George F. Johnson, the statue on WNBF. Let's go ahead and read this one here. Let me bring this one up. This is on WNBF. We're talking about George F. Johnson, who donated the carousels to the Southern Tier of upstate New York. But there, where am I at? Let me bring this one. Share this tab. Okay, there he is. There's George F. Johnson. Okay, why is this? Okay. But that's the statue. There's a statue of George F. Johnson. I guess they were talking about moving it. So let's see. Let me bring this up here. Yeah, Endicott, George F. Johnson. Yeah, in Endicott, New York. George F. Johnson statue will not be moved. And good morning to Deplorable. Love the flags, my friend. Love the flags. God bless America. And Deplorable coming in from Bradford, Pennsylvania. Good to see you here. Hope you had a great weekend. And thank you for being here. We're talking about now. You would figure it'd be in Johnson City, but this statue of George F. Johnson, he's the one that created the Endicott Johnson Shoe Company. It turns out that the iconic statue of shoe company founder George F. Johnson will not be relocated for a long-planned restoration project. A memorial honoring the businessmen who oversaw the growth of Endicott Johnson is located in the recently developed Tiger Park near Union Endwell High School. Union Endwell High School took over the property that used to have the Endicott Johnson shoe factory. In January, officials announced plans to move the large statue to Endicott Artists Memorials Company on East Main Street in Endwell, a short distance from the park site. But company owner Scott Kalepka discovered when the statue could not be lifted from the spot where it has been located for more than 7 decades. He said that it's an 8-ton. They had an 8-ton crane was brought out, but the statue wouldn't budge, so it's locked in there. So the plans was adjusted to do the restoration work at the site. Once underway, the project is expected to take 3 days to complete, and would likely will be done during the warm weather of June. Nicole Wolf, Union Endicott School District Superintendent, said the restoration work is to be funded through community donations, including contributions from individuals, local businesses, and Endicott Rotary. And in a statement provided to WNBF News, Wolf expressed appreciation to those who, let me get rid of that, to those who support the efforts to honor our shared history and community pride. The 8-foot George F. Johnson statue was dedicated back in October 1951. IBM's Thomas J. Watson was the main speaker. Thomas J. Watson. He's another prominent person. IBM started in Endicott, and it was because of Tom J. Watson Sr. But he spoke. Him and George F. Johnson were good friends back in the day. But Mr. Watson was a speaker of the event. According to the Binghamton Press, about 15,000 people attended the dedication ceremony. Johnson was 91 years old when he passed away in his home in Endicott, New York. And we do have let me bring this one over. We do have a Bob Joseph video on it. So let's go ahead and listen to this one.
This is the George F. Johnson statue monument on East Main Street in Endicott, next to Union Endicott High School. The base, it says George F. Johnson, who died in 1948. His heart and hands built a great industry, a monument to his faith in the working man and all humanity. There's the Union Endicott Administration Building. And over there, a short distance to the east, is UE High School.
So this whole property that we're looking at right now, this is where the original Endicott Johnson Shoe Company was at, that we talked about earlier. Okay, Endicott, they ended up creating the school district and stuff like that, and the schools have been here in Endicott. Right up a couple blocks is IBM in Endicott, the original IBM buildings. That some of them are being torn down, but they have that statue. That's the statue that they couldn't lift with a crane, a 6-ton crane. I guess it's bolted down and stuff. So I think we've seen this video before.
This is Tiger Park, and it is the home of the Tigers. A lot of memories at this high school
in Endicott,
going back to the 20th century.
Yeah, this is from a couple months ago because there's still snow.
And that is how Main Street in Endicott, UE High School, and Tiger Park look January 2026. The Ford says high school.
So there he is, the man himself, Mr. Johnson, and a man of the community back in the day, a very generous man. Everything I've ever heard about this gentleman here, he was a great American as far as for his community and stuff like that. So we thank him and we say God bless and Godspeed. And Deplorable saying good morning to Farmer there on the chat here and on the Rumble side. So yeah, I love talking about him. The stories I hear about him and him and Mr. Watson, the founder of IBM. That was a booming community back in the day, as far as that goes. They said if you had a job at EJ's, Endicott Johnson Shoes or IBM, you had a job for life, and basically, Okay, let's see. That was on WEBO or no WNBF. Let's go to channel 12. Let's see what we got on there. Let's see. We got any articles? Easter celebrations across the southern tier, and what do we got here? Let's see what we got here. No, that's from April 4th. So that's from. Okay, this is. We're going to go ahead and. No, that's 15 minutes. We're not going to spend 15 minutes looking at a video. No. Let's go ahead. Easter celebrations across the southern tier. There's a video here on. No, there isn't a video. What the hell happened here? And we're checking. Man. I'm not seeing anything. Oh, they had a fire in Dryden that left three folks. Okay, let's go ahead and look at this one here. Okay, right after the commercial. I guess officials investigate devastating house fire in Dryden. And this was as of April 2nd. So this was last Thursday. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring this one up. Dryden is in the southern tier of upstate New York here. It's outside Binghamton. So this was published April 1st. Okay, this is from last week. So let's go ahead and listen to this one. Catch up on this one. Okay, we'll share that. Go back here, bring it up, and let's see. Here we go. Oh, let me turn the volume up.
3 people, one of them a 3-year-old child, are dead after a house fire in the town of Dryden yesterday. Several departments responded to the fire on Portland Road just after 10 a.m. There were 4 people inside the house who were unable to escape the blaze. The victims of the fire are 31-year-old Catherine Gray, 30-year-old Christy Orles, and her daughter, 3-year-old Paisley Wood. 54-year-old David Welch was also injured in the blaze and transported to Upstate Medical in Syracuse. The family's 4 dogs were also seemingly killed in the fire.
So that's a pretty devastating fire right there, folks. 2 children, or 2 adults, 1 children, and all the pets passing away. And the structure there, it didn't look like
Paisley
it was,
Wood, 54-year-old David.
Let's see.
In the blaze. And
yeah, you can see that building is a pretty ravaging fire. That's a hot fire right there. When you get, I mean, it's melting the siding off, and so that's a hot fire right there. So just a reminder that you need to be fire safe. That's a really bad fire right there when you have loss of a whole family, as far as that goes. So that's just a reality of stuff. So doesn't say. Let's see. Passed away. Let's see. When did they finally go on? They don't. Okay, it was at 12:40. It was in the afternoon, 12:45 p.m. The people have died. Dryden fire officials say strong wind conditions pushed the fire throughout the home. So firefighters battled flames outside the home for several hours before they could be able to work inside. So it was a hot fire as far as that goes, and so that's not good. It looks like it was at daytime and not good. Okay, let's see. What else we got here? Fitness challenge, candlelight. They have a candlelight. I guess there's a candlelight vigil. There's a candlelight vigil for the Dryden victims here. This past Saturday. Okay, let's see. That's it for WBNG. Let's see. Whale, nothing on the Whale. Same old, same. Watch Guns N' Roses play Bad Apples for the first time. No, we don't do music. Gidley Lee on using Rush name. What else do you effing call it? Stealing? Okay, let's go to channel 34. It's from 3 days ago. And not seeing anything on the fire in Port Crane. But pretty much there's nothing really on there. Let's see. WENY out in Elmira. What do we have out there? And let's see. Tanglewood Treetop Walkway Project construction begins. So let's go ahead and take a look at this one. It's a walkway. This is on WENY. And catch this up here. Bring this up here. And let's see. Yep. There's Captain Rehab with the Richard and yeah, that's no good, Farmer. That's a bad fire right there. And Captain Rehab to Big Juice. Richard was about to give us a follow-up story about the Quality Learning Center in Minneapolis. No, I'm not going to do that. No, no. They don't know how to spell, so I can't relate. Richard discovered a new music name. Okay, Captain Rehab's acting silly. That's why I'm not posting them, Captain Rehab. I'm pre-reading them. I've known you too long. I need to pre-read your things there. That's funny. If you want to see him, you have to go over on Twitch to see his comments there. It's like no commentary there. Let's see. What do we got here? The Tanglewood. This is off of WENY News. Tanglewood Treetop Walkway Project construction begins. So it's a place where you can go and walk and stuff. Let's go ahead and bring this one up.
Tanglewood Nature Center marked an important milestone in their years-long quest towards completing a treetop walkway that will provide a unique perspective of nature from above the ground.
Construction is set to begin following today's groundbreaking ceremony. WENY's Connor Friedhoff has more on the project's road ahead.
It's a historic day for the Tanglewood Nature Center in Chemung County. A canopy walkway will be built over the course of 2026, and these poles off to the side will be towering as high as 70 feet. Today's groundbreaking ceremony was a long time coming for Tanglewood. The idea of a treetop walkway was first introduced in mid-2020 and looks to become a reality by the end of this year.
Then we started having more and more meetings, and I never thought we were going to get to the point where we opened the bids. And then I never thought we were going to get to the point where we saw stuff come out here, like big machines and trees being cut down, which is not my favorite part, but it's part and parcel of what we're going to do. And it's after it's done, it's going to be pretty gorgeous.
Funds from the general public, along with contributions from the federal, state, and county levels, are helping foot the bill for the $5 million project. Partially modeled off of a canopy walk in Vermont, the Treetop Walkway will provide educational and recreational value to the region, attracting nature enthusiasts from all over the country.
Just being able to have a different view of what we know from down here in the ground, walking through a path, to be able to look at it from a bird's eye view, it's just going to be so different.
Edger Enterprises was selected in January to head the project. Their work includes 900 linear feet of walkway, mostly standing at a height of around 40 to 50 feet above the surface, along with a tower stretching 70 feet upwards. A suspension bridge and architectural glass are more of many features set for installation.
And that suspension bridge goes to a platform that will have a 5x5 see-through glass, so you'll be able to walk on it. It's architectural glass, it's walk-on, so when you look down, 40 feet down, yep, if you're brave enough to go on that. There's also going to be a little hammock, 5x10 hammock that you can lay in, which you also can see through on that little part.
Smith also stated that future goals for Tanglewood include increased staffing and an improved parking lot. Today's groundbreaking ceremony is just one of the many steps in the over half-decade-long process to get the canopy walkway designed, drafted, and soon to be built. It's slated to be completed by the end of the year, with an opening targeted for spring of 2027.
Okay, so that's going to be next year when it's going to be finished. So just telling the missus here, she's that's something I'm going to have to go see. To have a walkway, you're up there along the tree line and stuff like that. So that's a major project as far as that goes. And who was it? Captain Rehas says Chemung, Shimung County. But that's Chemung County, right? Next.
CH, yeah.
Yeah, it's CH. It's CH, not SH. Captain Rehab. And Deploy goes, that's interesting as far as that goes. And Captain Rehab says, we need you to stream it. I still have to get out to Elmira and get at Mark Twain's final resting spot. He's there in Elmira. I'm going to put that on that list. That it may happen. It may happen next year. I would like that. Would be well worth it as far as that goes. And just so the folks know, Tiger, CU_Tiger_. He just went live. Where is he? Tiger just went live on Twitch for Lotro. Okay, so that's a good idea, Captain Rehab. And Deplorable, the Denture Adventuration song. The Denture Adventure sounds interesting.
Denture? We ain't got dentures yet.
We don't have dentures yet. No, not yet. Okay, so that's on WENY. That's we don't usually get articles from them. So let's just check their local. And we're gonna have to wrap up here in a little bit here. Is there anything else? Let's see, is that a video? I don't think that's a video. No, that doesn't have a video, so we won't do that one.
We'll wrap it up.
Yeah, we got a couple more. Yeah. Let's see. That's it for WENY. Let's go ahead and let's see. Channel 18. Anything on Channel 18? We have another house fire. Let's go ahead and bring this one up. This is out in Elmira. It's a house fire. And we'll see what this is about.
Fire on West 3rd Street had the attention of several fire departments in Elmira today. The structure fire was reported around 5 p.m. on West 3rd Street at 666 West 3rd Street. The fire started at a house and spread to a neighboring home. Elmira Fire, West Elmira Fire, and Elmira Heights Fire Departments were there to suppress the fire. There are no reported injuries at this time.
They arrived on scene. They found fire in the first house that was called in with extension into the second house. They've been able to knock both the fires down. Right now we're just in the overhaul phase. Everybody's out of the buildings. No injuries or anything like that so far. Right now we're just trying to make sure the fires are out so we can start doing our investigation.
So that's the flip side. Everybody got out of the building, and that building looks like it's ready to collapse and stuff. Very charred on the outside there and stuff like that. That's an old structure too. So everybody got out of the building, and so that's the flip side as far as compared to the fire in Dryden. This is a fire that was in Elmira that caught fire as far as that goes. So yeah, nice address. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. As far as that goes there. Okay, let's see. Nothing. They're just talking about Easter on Penny Saver. Nothing there. WKGB. The Savannah Guthrie thing shares a heartbreaking Easter message amid mom's search. So that's still ongoing there. Let's see. Let's see. Who is that? Is that okay, nothing on KGB 104, nothing there. Spectrum News.
That's right. Savannah Guthrie's supposed to be back
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, she's supposed to be back on the Good Day America.
Good Morning America.
Yeah, Good Morning America. And let's see, nothing going on there, nothing there. Up in Buffalo, the two web pages up there, nothing there, nothing there. And we're just going to finish off with, let's see, get rid of these. We're going to go ahead and close this out as far as, let's see, let me bring this back up. And our final, I'm just going to read this. The second crew member rescued. The United States rescued the second of two crew members from the downed F-15E aircraft in Iran. Officials revealed yesterday both were evacuated with non-life-threatening injuries. Okay? That's the one thing I kept on hearing yesterday, that, oh, they're seriously injured. They're seriously. If you don't know how injured they are, just don't say they're injured. They were non-life-threatening injuries. They were scraped up. They went through an ejection system. They ejected out of their aircraft, so they were banged up a little bit. But I kept on hearing, oh, they're seriously injured and stuff. Especially the second crew member, he climbed 7,000 feet up on a mountain to hide, which is part of their training. The mission to rescue the second airman involved mission to rescue the second airman involved. U.S. officials said. The crew member was in Iran for an estimated 36 hours before he was rescued, and the CIA launched a deceptive campaign to distract Iranian forces. I guess I'm curious on how much that they keep on bringing that up. So that might have been a good lifesaver which they probably do. The U.S. reported misleading. The U.S. reportedly misled Iranians by suggesting the crew member was found and was being evacuated by ground. Meanwhile, U.S. forces searched for the extracted the airman from a mountain area. The campaign evaded what could have been a hostage situation. Tehran had reported officials that the equivalent of $60,000 for the aviator's capture. The mission comes ahead of today's deadline set by President Donald Trump for Iran to make the deal. They got to make the deal, or the United States would target civilian infrastructure. Some people say that's an escalation of the war. It's just a continuation of the war for the last 2 to 3 weeks here that we're going to be in it. Trump will hold a news conference today. President Trump will be holding a news conference at 1 p.m. Eastern today. Again, there was also another pilot along with those two crew members on the F-15E. An A-10 went down, and he was rescued as well. So that's just as important. They should be reporting about that one too. I'm sure we're going to hear conversations considering that. Let's see, and that's it for the news here and stuff like that. So just want to mention that it's an Easter miracle that both pilots of the F-115 or the F-15E and the A-10, the pilot from the A-10, were rescued and they are surviving. And Farmer says, glad they got them back. Time to get to work. Okay, Farmer, thank you. Yeah, get to work. Have a good day, sir. And we'll be talking with you. And we're going to go. We're at 2 hours and 9 minutes. And we're going to go ahead and end the broadcast here. So I do appreciate everyone that was in the chat. And it started off with Tina, our Jersey girl, was here, starting it out, Central New Jersey. Thank you, Tina. And then Tony D, my brother veteran, my good friend and fellow broadcaster. Thank you, Tony, for being here, coming in from Warner Robins, Georgia. And we had Thamber coming in from Saudi Arabia, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Thank you, Thamber. You have a great one over there in the Kingdom. And the best to you and your family. And we had Farmer, who's just leaving now. Thank you, Farmer, for being here, coming in from the Commonwealth of Virginia. Greatly appreciated. And let's see, going down the list, we had Big Juice. He was here early for 100 years ago. Thank you, Big Juice. Have a great day, Steve, from the Buckeye State of Ohio. Thank you, Steve. And then going down the list, we had Captain Rehab coming in from the city of brotherly love. Have a good one, Cap. We'll talk to you later. And good to have you here. And do have a great day, sir. And let's see, going down the list, we had, Big Juice, Farmer, and we had Deplorable came in. No, before that, Wandering Australia. Thank you, Wandering Australia. Good day, mate. Have a good evening there. It's what is it? In Brisbane. It's 10:10 p.m. in Brisbane, Australia. That's where Wandering Australian is. And then we had Deplorable coming in at the end there. So Deplorable, you have a great one coming in from Bradford, Pennsylvania, out there in northwestern Pennsylvania, just across the border, slightly to the west of Olean, New York, where the University of St. Bonaventure's is at. So there we have that, and that's all the people that were in the chat. I want to say thank you for the folks that were here in the watching, but weren't in the chat. I greatly appreciate that, and thank you very much. And those people that are watching on the replay, as well as those that are listening over there on Spotify for Creators, at Fireman Rich on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify, and Fireman Rich here on Rumble, Fireman Rich on Twitch, at Richard M. Roberts over there on YouTube, the three main platforms that all those other ones, the social media places that I post on. Just look up Fireman Rich on Google and you'll see where I'm at. But with that, we're good. And let's see, just the final. Deplorable says, "Have a great day. Love the flags. God bless America, and may every day be Taco Day." There we go. The Taco Days. Now I'm hungry for tacos. Have a good one, Deplorable. That's a good one. All right, folks. Again, Rich Roberts. Fireman Rich here, wishing you all well. Have a good one. God bless, and live life. Have fun. Live. How do I put that? How's that go? How's that go again? Live life and have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. And you all have a great Monday. We'll be doing Mixcloud tomorrow. We'll be back Wednesday for the Wednesday morning coffee. So till then, you all have a great one. Ciao for now. Take care, folks. We are out of here. There it is. There's the outro. Take care, folks.